Edmonton, 30 seconds into the third period Saturday night, Evgeny Kuznetsov tipped an Alex Ovechkin shot into the net, and with that goal, the Washington Capitals had a lead. It was their first in more than a week. The journey to that goal showed some signs of progress for the Capitals, who snapped a two-game losing streak in a 5-2 win against the Edmonton Oilers. They rallied from a two-goal deficit thanks to some much-needed secondary scoring from Devante, Smith-Pelly and Lars Eller, both of whom scored their first goals of the season. Their scuffling penalty kill broke out of its rut, going 4-for-4 against the Oilers. They got strong goaltending, an impressive 38-save performance from Braden Holtby. And they started to look more like the confident Capitals teams that won the most games in the NHL the past two regular seasons. "It's nice to see guys smiling after the game," Kuznetsov said. Forward Devante Smith-Pelly rewarded for his consistency with the Capitals. Injuries have taken their toll on a Capitals lineup with three players already on injured reserve. Forward Brett Connolly was placed in the concussion protocol in the team's game against Vancouver on Thursday night, and he was ruled out against the Oilers. That forced coach Barry Trotz to get creative with his forward combinations, so he promoted Smith-Pelly to the top six forward core, on a line with Kuznetsov and Ovechkin, a reward for how consistently the journeyman 25-year-old has played in his first 10 games in Washington. With the Capitals, 5-5-1, staring at a two-goal hole as first intermission approached, it was Smith-Pelly who provided a spark. On a rush with 18 seconds left in the period, defenseman John Carlson sent a cross-ice pass to Smith-Pelly, who got down on one knee as he slapped the puck past goaltender Cam Talbot. That halved the deficit and gave Washington some momentum going into the second period. "We stayed with it," Trotz said. "To me, probably the main thing was we just stayed with it. Even though we fell down in the first period, I thought we were playing well. It happened to us in Vancouver and we just sort of went in a different direction. But we stayed with what we wanted to do. Every human can do something." Alex Ovechkin buys a homeless man clothes in Edmonton. As Trotz preached patience, no one had to be more patient than Eller. Through two periods, he was the Capitals' best player, dangling in the offensive zone as several prime scoring chances were denied by Talbot. On a delayed penalty, Eller swung so hard at a setup from Madison Bowie that he fell over onto the ice. Nevertheless, the puck went in to tie the game entering the third period. "That'll be the strength of our group, that we can chip in from the bottom to the top lines," Trotz said. "I talked about being not sure what our identity is. You have to create your identity. Hopefully this is a step in the right direction for us." Kuznetsov scored on the first shift out of intermission, and the Capitals finally had a lead. Then with less than 5 minutes left in the game, Kuznetsov added to it, tucking a puck between Talbot's pad and the post to seal the result. Jay Beagle added an empty net goal late. Ovechkin finished with his first 3-assist game in nearly 3 years. Monday Morning Post-Up. All the NBA news and commentary you need, once a week. Sign up. Chief among the Capitals' struggles entering the game has been their inability to score first. Before Saturday night, Washington hadn't played with a lead since its win in Detroit on October 20th, and that continued in Edmonton, when Patrick Maroon and Adam Larson scored the first 2 goals of the game. That marked the 8th time in the first 11 games that the Capitals surrendered the first goal, and the 3rd straight game allowing multiple goals in the first period. But Washington was able to stop the bleeding after Larson's goal and slowly chip away at the deficit, potentially a rallying point in this rocky start to the season. "It didn't come easy," Eller said. "Sometimes in the past, goals have been rolling in for us. Tonight, we had to work hard for it, so I think it was a good way to win a game for us."